My name is Jayashree Subramani. I'm here to talk about physicochemical properties and sensory evaluation of patty from Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom. As shown in the content, the list of slides are included.
Firstly, research background. Consumer prefer products that can be replicated and being substituted, if possible, add nutrition value to the meat product for variety reasons, including personal belief and well-being. Based on the survey, the number of vegetarians and vegan and the demand for the vegetarian food was growing. On that issue, there is a less choice for vegan and vegetarian community for burger patty. The sources of vegetable protein, which is mushroom as the raw material of burger patty, can be developed an innovative product and replacement for meat-based patty. The white oyster mushroom is perishable and shelf life is 1 to 3 days at room temperature during marketing. The objective of this study is to develop patty from Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom and to analyze the physicochemical properties of the patty derived from the Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom. After analyzed, to perform the sensory evaluation of patty derived from the Pleurotus Ostreatus. As we move on, the null hypothesis is there is no significant difference between physicochemical properties and sensory evaluation in developing of Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom patty. The alternative hypothesis is there is a significant difference between physicochemical properties and the sensory evaluation in developing Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom patty. The literature review mainly focused on the nutritional value of the mushroom. Pleurotus mushroom protein are high quality because some members of this genus contain complete protein with a well-balanced distribution of non-extensional amino acid and extension amino acid. Mushroom rank the second to the animal with in terms of the crude protein content. Pleurotus mushroom contain some extensional fatty acid even though they are low in fat. Due to that, its high nutrition value and it's also medically significant. Now turning into a methodology. The fresh mushrooms were collected from jelly Kelantan and the ingredients were purchased in the groceries. After that, the formulation of mushroom patty were developed and few experiments were run after the development of formulation, including proximate analysis, physicochemical analysis. The next thing we will see is result and discussion. The patty was developed. The difference in each formulation is the amount of mushroom increased while the cassava flour decreased. The goal was to determine the effect of the white oyster mushroom on the patty's development.
At the next slide, we can see the development of white oyster mushroom into a patty. Let's move on and look at the graph of proximate analysis. The protein ranging start from 6 to 11%. The ash content range start from 2 to 4%. The moisture content ranging from 70 to 76% and protein range start from 0.62 to 2.7 for formulated patty and 88% for control patty. The lower protein content is in formulation 1 and control. This result proves that commercialized patty and developed patty formulation 1 has the similar protein. The statistics test show a significant mean between the formulation. When the mushroom increase, the protein content also increase. Pleurotus mushroom contain as high quality because some members of this genus contain complete protein with well-balanced distribution of non-extensional amino acid and extensional. There are no significant difference between control and formulation 1 in ash. The statistical test shows a significant mean between the formulation. According to the previous study, ash content of Pleurotus oyster is 0.974. The ash content sample in this study was higher than the value reported in previous study. Another study stated the high ash value could be attributed to the use of spices as a seasoning, cassava flour in the developing of patty from the mushroom. The lowest moisture content indicate in formulation 1. There is a significant difference of mean in between the formulation. Referred to the previous study, it was reported the moisture content of the mushroom as fresh mushroom normally is 85 to 95%. The Pleurotus Ostreatus has the highest moisture content compared to other genus of mushroom. In this study, the combination of other ingredients and the processing of patty generally reduce the moisture. Formulation 1 showed the lowest fat content and control patty has the highest fat value among the formulation. There is a significant difference of the mean in between the formulation. Based on the Austin report, Pleurotus Ostreatus mushroom is low in fat. This result proves that patty made from Pleurotus is low in fat and healthy. The color analysis graph indicate lightness, colorness, and yellowness. The result indicate lightness. Cooked Pleurotus mushroom patty F1 to F3 increase along with the amount of mushroom. The range increased from 45 to 48. From the previous study, the raw material used may affect the lightness and mushroom also in white color. The redness F1 to F3 continue to decrease from 12 to 10. According to the previous study, the condiment used in patty might influence the color of the patty. In the current study, we use red chili, paprika, tomato paste might influence the redness. The yellowness F1 to F3 continue to decrease. A previous study from reported that Maillard reaction occur in the protein content food depend on the cooking time and the temperature. Thus, we can see overall there is a significant difference in color analysis. The next slide indicate physical traits. Control and formulation 1 record the highest cooking yield, which is 97%. The statistical test shows a significant mean between the formulation. The amount of Pleurotus oyster mushroom used in the formulation at the inverse relationship with the cooking yield and moisture content. This is mostly due to the high moisture content within the patty and the oyster mushroom fiber inability to form chromatographic. This statement from the previous study. And there is no significant difference between the formulation and control patty in diameter reduction and also in the changes in thickness. In summary, the study reflects significant changes in cooking yield while no significant changes in thickness and diameter reduction. Move to the next slide, which is structure profile analysis. The hardness, the formulated patty were constantly decreased and significantly lower than control. The hardness of the mushroom patty decreased proportional with the increased amount of white oyster mushroom in the formulation. The hardness represents the degree of firmness of the mushroom. The previous study reported the decrease in hardness could attribute to the higher moisture content of fresh oyster mushroom. The formulated patty cohesiveness ranged from 0.50 to 0.56 cm. There is no significance in between the formulation. In previous study stated, when the fat content increase, the cohesiveness will decrease. Based on the statement, the control patty has the highest fat content and the lowest cohesiveness. There is no significant difference among the formulated patty and control patty in springiness. Gumminess is significantly decreased proportional with the increased amount of white oyster mushroom in the formulation. The hardness decreased. A similar trend was recorded in chewiness. Lower chewiness indicate patty softness. In summary, there is a significant difference between the formulation and the structure profile analysis except for the stringiness. The next slide, which is sensory evolution. Formulation 1 has the highest reading of aroma, which is 5.80%, and control patty has the lowest reading of aroma, 4.23%. There is a significant difference in aroma. For color, formulation 1 has the highest reading of color, which is 5.67%, and control patty has the lowest reading of aroma, which is 3.90%. There is a significant difference between control and formulation. When it comes to structure, the mean score the formulated patty will range from 5 to 5.57 for hardness, 4.70 to 5 for stringiness, and 5 to 5.20% for juiciness. Overall, there is no significant changes in hardness, stringiness, and juiciness. Next, taste. Formulation 1 record the highest taste which with the mean of 5.57%, while control has the lowest mean in taste, which is 4.37%. The significant difference among the tastes. At the overall acceptance, formulation 1 has the highest reading, which is 5.57%, and significantly different among all over the acceptance. This result indicates the formulation 1 is the best formulation among the other formulation and it scored the highest mean value compared to other control patty that is already commercialized. In conclusion, as I stated, formulation 1 is the best formulation among other formulations because it scored highest value in overall accepted of sensory evolution. The structure of the patty in formulation 1 is less harder than commercialized patty, and lower juiciness indicate the patty's softness. According to the ANUVA test, there is a significant difference between physicochemical properties and the sensory evolution in developing of Pleurotus Ostreatus as a mushroom patty, so we reject the null hypothesis. As a recommendation. Thank you.